Woo! The chest still hurts. But again, with the RPM Act, if you guys don't know, and if you haven't seen it in my last video, or the other video where I kind of ramble on for like 35 minutes, this one's not going to be as long. It's just, everybody has to do their part and sign it. If you've already turned over and you don't like the car world anymore, you don't like racing, you don't like any part of it, you think you wasted a bunch of money and you don't have no friends in it, you know what? Then you can leave it alone. But if at any given moment you pass by a racetrack or you hear a C6, Z06, or a Viper or a GTR just get it down the street, and you look at it and you smile, you better go sign it. And guys, this is something that's been going on for a very long time, and it just sucks. I mean, aside from the politics of everything, again, that's why I got away from politics, since, you know, with me being in California, I didn't, as soon as I left, I was like, I'm out of it. I'm just gonna enjoy my car, enjoy the things I like to do. But now it's kind of caught up on a national level, and if not a national level, it's gonna be an international level, because the States is the foreground for everything muscle and hot rod. I mean, if you don't realize that, and if you don't think that, then you're living under a rock. It sucks that it may happen, but what they're planning to do and what they want to do is they want to state that you cannot turn a car into a race car. By doing that, they're not going after individual companies. They're going after the end product. Which, I mean, if you can't have an end product, how are you? What's the point of doing all the steps and going up to building it? So I don't even know what's going to actually be able to be classified as a race car. But the whole thing about it right now is that you're not able to modify a car. And what a lot of people are saying right now, it sucks. I'll say it sucks for the diesel guys, because the diesel guys, I'm not going to say that the diesel guys are starting it, but they're the ones that got the biggest blunt of the impact. And it just, it's I don't know, man. It just freaking sucks. They don't want you to be able to modify. And like the other video that I had posted earlier, it turns into you can't modify a car. Then it turns into you cannot put an aftermarket cat back, because under California law, you cannot touch the car from the first emission device to the last emission device. Can't touch it. So you can put a little air filter on it. You don't need to have a carb number on that, because it is pre-mass airflow sensor or pre-throttle body, whatever you want to call it. Now, again, what that leads into is, oh, you can't modify it. You can't lower it. You can't put bigger tires. You can't put different color lights. You can't put tint on your lights. You can't do this or that. You can't put this door on your car. You can't put these wheels on your car. You can't put these brakes on your car. It's disgusting, and I hate it. But I saw it happen in California, and now it's starting to happen everywhere. And what's crazy is that if California has a carb exemption for this stuff, where you register it and it's a dedicated race car, that almost makes it look like if this is actually going to happen, California will then now be the safe haven for this stuff, if that makes sense. But in a weird legal way that's not what it is everywhere else. I despise it. I hate it. I hate that it's coming to this. I hope that it doesn't pass, but the only thing that we can do right now is go into the RPM Act, sign it, make your voice heard. You know, there's people with a lot, I think I missed my freaking exit. There's people with a lot bigger platforms than me that are talking about it. I have a small platform, but you know what? I'm close to 450 now, almost on the way to 500 subscribers. I'm doing what I can do. If it reaches 10 people, cool. If it reaches 100, cool. If it reaches 10,000, I'm stoked. But this is what it's coming down to. It's all about control and this and that, and just like what I said in my other video, I mean, if it does come to it, there's more taxes and loopholes and other things that you have to get away with and pay to get around to even messing around and to mess around with your car. And it sucks. Everybody that works hard deserves to have some type of freedom that they go off and enjoy their lives with. And what it almost looks like it's coming to is that, like, everything that I enjoy, they're putting a cap to it. Guns, cars. I guarantee you strip clubs are going to be on the list somewhere. They offend somebody. And it's getting way out of hand. Well, we need to make our voice heard to see what we can do, because it is getting to the point now where big companies are no longer in business. Now, like what I said in one of my other videos I had put up, things to look out for in the next 4 years. If you're doing it the correct way, you have nothing to worry about. Now, if you're over there shutting off stuff, turning off the check engine light because you removed X amount of stuff from the car, yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. But like my Mustang, everything is there and nothing is really deleted at all. And it runs on an alternative fuel. So I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I missed my exit. We have to do our part. And like I said, they're not going to look at it as to, oh, I did this to my car and it runs cleaner than the 94 or it runs cleaner than this 96 Tahoe. They're not looking at it like that. They are simply black and white. But I will make one point right here, and if you made it this far, please listen to what I'm about to say. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. No modifying of the car, emission compliant devices, yada yada yada. Okay, I can understand that. But tell me this. Electric cars. What happens when your electric car gets a software update in order to preserve the life of the battery, and the outcome is that you get less mileage per a full battery charge? Say, for example, you used to get 200 miles to a full charge. Now with a new update, you get 180. Preserve the life of the battery, yada yada yada. Listen to what I'm saying. Apple did the same thing. Now, there's a whole little battle going on, like, oh, Apple did it on purpose, or this and that. You could look at it however you want to look at that. But listen to this. If you do that to your electric car, and that is set out by the manufacturers, you have to charge more. By charging more, you have to use resources more often to charge it. Does that make sense? So if they are trying to get after, oh, you're doing this and more emissions and yada yada yada, I'm like, okay. So you're telling me if the entire world, the entire fleet of cars right now in the country went electric, and that entire fleet of cars that went electric now have to charge 30% more? Where are you going to get those resources to charge to come up for that? Where are you going to come up with the resources to produce these batteries if you have 7 million of these cars out there with these batteries? How are you going to keep up cost of production like that? So, again, people like that don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear this. They want to see this in black and white, yada, 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 whatever. I hate it. I have a freaking essay I wrote when I was in 4th grade that said it was my dream to have a red Corvette with a 427. Well, I mean, what are kids going to be writing about now? I mean, race car spelled backwards is race car. I learned that when I was like 6. And I was like, this is what I'm going to be in love with for the rest of my life. Granted, you know, I can go off forever about it, but go ahead, if someone EV prone, wants to get into it. Apparently everybody on the internet knows everything that's best for the environment or cars or modifications or whatever. But on the contrary, when I go, just going back to speaking on my channel, it's been super positive, and that's awesome. I think that's pretty cool. That, like, I mean, yeah, there's a few people here and there that like talk a little bit or whatever, but most of the people that are on here give me really good feedback and really good energy, and I do my best to give off that good energy, and it's been working really good. But don't get it twisted. Someone wants to come over talking that mess, we can talk that mess. We can scrap if you want, but usually it doesn't come down to that. I'm not really too big into the keyboard warrior type stuff, so like at all. Like, even if you want to go on Instagram or say this or say that, like, I don't care. I really don't, because I know that in person it's never going to be like that, and it's just not. And if it does be like that in person, just be ready. That's it. That's all I can say. Be ready for the outcome. But yeah, we have to sign it. We have to let it be heard. I hope this gets a big enough wave that it makes it onto the news for a good reason. Now, what sucks, and I will get political right here, all these news media places that you're going to see on the news, the Washington Post, all this other stuff, they are heavily on the left. And what does the left do? I'm freaking lost. I'm lost. Everybody on the left is controlling your freaking life. So what are they going to do in the news if it does make it to the news? Oh, they're polluting the air and black smoke and burnouts and people dying at this and that and all kinds of other nonsense and racing, and this family's life is messed up forever. Okay. How many people's lives have been messed up by people that have gotten hit by drunk drivers? My mom got hit by a drunk driver twice. There was no alcohol reform. There's no this or that. There's no nothing. But with this, and then the way it's controlled on the left, they see this as a wide open playing field for them to do what they want and for them to prove a point. And for that reason only, it irritates me to my fucking core. I'm usually good about being nice on YouTube, but that shit pisses me off. And just like I said, you're in my other videos, when it comes to talking to these people, you're talking to an old 54-year-old principal that hasn't had a bank session in like 30 years. Because she was always picky with guys and men aren't shit and this and that. Now she has to control this place. And if you notice this, I'm really good at noticing this stuff and picking people out about this kind of stuff. That if a girl is super picky, I said what I said, and she's not married, not in a relationship, and she makes it to her late 30s, early 40s, and she makes it to a like a management position, upper corporate level position, you watch, she will run that place like Hitler. I'm gonna leave it at that. Those are the people that we have trying to control this, that are going after us right now. It's disgusting, but we have to do it because we have to make our voice heard. We need to keep our cars. Everyone needs to make a post, a video, a this or that, a tweet, a TikTok or something to get this message to be thrown out there so that we can still go on about our lives. And like I said, do it the right way. There are plenty of half-ass shops. There are plenty of and that's the thing about the automotive world, that everybody thinks they know what's good for a car. You know, just never mind the fact that I went to school for X amount of years and worked at a dealership for X amount of years and busted my ass learning how these freaking things work what is the correct way to do something, what's the wrong way to do something, how to spot when something was done wrong, and how to fix it the right way according to that vehicle spec. Everyone thinks working on cars is like working on an old ass pickup where a water pump is 3 bolts, 4 bolts, and that's it. No, it's not. It is not getting to it. That is the one and it's the one field where, you know, customers think they can swing and negotiate. You know, you don't negotiate with a doctor. You're like, hey bro, I only got $12,000 for this leg surgery that I'm gonna need for my hip replacement. What can we do? Nothing. We can do it and we'll bill you later if you don't have insurance. If you don't want to do it, you're gonna die. That's it. That's the one thing I hate about it, because working on newer modern cars, those people that think these things are real quick and easy learn real quick that they're in way over their head. Then they charge someone a crazy amount of money just to get out of the car. They leave it, and then I end up going to go fix it because they couldn't do it in the first place. But that's what I have to say. Make your voice heard. And the ones that are doing it the right way, we have to keep doing it the right way. Don't be doing, we can't be showing off and doing, I mean, at this point, the damage is already done, what's out there, but we all know the people that do it the right way and the people that do it the wrong way. Okay? The people that are out there just hollowing cats out, shorting coolant temperature sensors together so it runs rich the entire time, putting false O2 things in there, cutting the throttle body, or porting, or whatever.